Hello and welcome to this little CCB video blog. Now this is, this has to do with fishing, but this is definitely a really kind of bizarre occurrence that happened to me yesterday on my way to go film a show. Now I'm starting here at the computer because I just kind of want to show you where I was and where I was before this started and where I was by the time that it ended. And I was here. I went to this El Rancho Market, and I parked like right here. Went inside, got some stuff, came out, put it in my trunk, and then I'm gonna bring this out. I know you can't see it too well, but I'm gonna bring it out. Okay, so I started right here. I came here, I pulled out, and I drove down the street, and I drove down to like right here. And so I only drove like this little section right here on regular roads, guys, regular roads, not bumpy roads. I'm driving like 25 miles an hour, nice and smooth. I drive there. This that I'm about to go show you actually physically what happened and the whole scenario in my car. I drove from there, pulled out there. This that I'm going to explain to you happened, and I was freaked out, and I pulled out over into this parking lot here, and so that's it. That's this part. Now I'm going to go to the car and explain more of what happened and what this weird poltergeist thing was that was inside my car. But yeah, that was it. Like I said, I parked here. I pulled right when I got on the street about here and started going this way. That's when this poltergeist thing or whatever appeared in my car. Let me now take you to the car and give you a fuller explanation of this entity or whatever it was that was inside my car. Okay guys, I'm out here at my car. I'm not in the spot where I was, but I'm out here in the car, and I kind of want to show you what I did before all this happened. So I came out from the store, and let me switch hands. Obviously I unlocked the trunk. I opened it up and I put what I got right over here in the corner, and the trunk looked like this. This is how it looked. This is how it was. Yeah, and I put that in there, and then I closed the trunk. That was it. Went in, got my stuff, put it right there in the corner. And right here, I actually have a picture of my trunk. That was from one of my shows. And in this, I'll show the picture right now. I have it circled. You can see where this line was sitting. This has to do with some line that was in my trunk. So, all right, we're gonna take it from there. So I'm in my car, and I'm driving along. And as you can see behind me, it's open. It's open. I have it down because I have my poles in here. And so I'm driving along, and I start hearing all this racket in my trunk. I'm serious. It sounded like somebody was inside back there, and it sounded like banging, like things were, like they were banging on the roof of the trunk, like bang, bang, bang. And I heard all this noise, and I'm like, well, I'm driving, so I keep kind of looking back, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I'm driving some more, and it like keeps happening, and it's banging. And I keep looking back there, and I'm like, I physically thought somebody was inside my trunk, or something was in my trunk, like, I don't know, a squirrel or a bird somehow. And so I'm like trying to look, and I'm driving along, and like I said, I only went like a couple blocks, but the whole couple blocks, I'm hearing this banging and everything going on in my trunk. So much so that I eventually pulled over to see what was going on in the trunk. But so I'm driving along, and then all of a sudden, one of the times when I take a quick look back, I actually see the line come flying up, and it lands almost in this back seat here. Like I said, I physically saw the line, and I've actually moved it to where it was. Hopefully you can see it right there. That's where I actually saw it fly up and land. And like I said, it wasn't just, sliding. It was 6 inches above, and it landed. I think you can see it. It's right there. That's where it landed. And then so once I saw it land there, I said I was freaked out. So that's when I decided, hey, I'm going to pull over, because something in my trunk just threw that line up to there. And like I said, before this, it sounded like, it was like, it was kind of like that. Like, it sounded like a person or I said it's a poltergeist was inside my trunk. And yeah, so I was freaked out. The next turn, pulled into the Dollar parking lot. I got out and I wanted to go see what was going on in my trunk. Okay, so I came out of the car, I came up to the trunk and I opened it, but I actually stood to the side to actually open it up because, like I said, at this point I swore something was in my trunk. So I open it up and, well, no poltergeist jumps out, no entity. Okay, so I got it open now and you know, nothing jumped out. There was no person or anything stuck inside my trunk. When I come out right here on this spinning reel, that spinning wheel right there, there's a whole bunch of line on it, and I said the line is all the way up there. That's where I saw it physically be thrown to. And between this line that's all piled up here and that line, there's actually a loop in the line and it's knotted. You know, like you get one of those loops, like when you're fishing you pull it and all of a sudden it gets a loop and it knots it somehow. Well, there's a knot like that. I'll show you here in a minute what it looks like because I still have the line. It's still on there. All I did was reel it in after this and put it back in the trunk, and I went and drove to do the show. But yeah, that's what I got. Like I said, I got in. You saw where the line was. There was line all over that. The line had somehow magically got thrown from here to up there. There was a loop in it. Okay, right now I will show you what the line looks like and how much line was actually off of that spool. Okay, here's the spool of line. It's one you can see in the picture. I said it's the cheap Omniflex, the Zebco line. But like I said, this was sitting, I showed you the picture, it was sitting over here. No line was off it. And well, I'll just show you how much line was actually off of this thing. This much line, guys. Look at this. All the way. See, told you, there was a knot in the line. And then it went to, well, obviously about here, which was from that knot to where this ended up when it was somehow mysteriously thrown from the back of my trunk towards the front. But look at that, guys. I mean, look, that much, that much, that much, that much, that much, that much, and all the way till there. That's like 20 feet, 30 feet. I mean, that's, how does that much line, guys, look at all that line. All this line that you're seeing right here is what was tangled up and wrapped around basically my spinning reel. So that's why I said, I don't know what this was. I don't know how this happened. I mean, there's if you just look at the evidence of what I showed in this video, there's no way that could happen. I mean, I was driving on a regular road, no bumpiness, only doing 25. I wasn't slamming on the brakes. I wasn't doing any of that. And within that 2 blocks, this much line, look, it's all tangled around me now. That much line was off of this reel, piled up on top of the spinning reel. And I said, I physically saw this thing. And it wasn't just slide. I mean, it was going like this, tumbling like that, all the way up to where it landed. And then, like I said, I got out and I found all that line. And that wasn't there. Just a minute before that, 2 minutes before that, when I put my bottle in the trunk and started driving. This was where you saw it in the picture off to the side. So, seriously guys, seriously, how does it get from being right here, pretty much, from right there, how's it get from right there, all that line off wrapped on this, and suddenly all the way up there? It just, I don't know, that's why I said it was some sort of weird phenomenon, poltergeist, I don't know, some entity trapped in my trunk for a second and wanted to play around with the line. But yeah, that's it guys, that's the poltergeist that was in my car. And the whole time driving I was freaked out, especially at night when I had to come back. I mean, if I said if I felt like something touched me, or maybe in the rearview mirror I thought I saw like something go by, or I would have skidded to a stop and jumped out of the car and called 911 or something, because yeah, I was freaked out. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this little vlog, guys. The poltergeist that for some reason, sorry, a little bit of wind, that for some reason then somehow ended up in my car for that brief amount of time. I sure hope you enjoyed this one, guys. It was weird, it was bizarre. I just had to film it because it was so weird and freaky. yeah, that's gonna do it. Please join us for our next video vlog. If you're fishermen, join us for our fishing shows. We do tips, tricks, biology bites, and we go live a lot. Sorry, the wind comes up right now when I'm finishing.